Do, 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 do. Mm, 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 holla back. Taskmaster is hilarious. Taskmaster. What is it? Taskmaster is a British comedy panel game show created by comedian and musician Alex Horne and presented by both Horne and Greg Davies. 5 celebrities, mainly comedians, attempt to complete a series of challenges, with Horne acting as umpire in each challenge, and Davies, the titular taskmaster, judging the work and awarding the points based on the contestants' performances. As stated by Wikipedia. I love this show. It's incredibly witty, it's brilliant, it's funny. Just recently got the 2 books. Honestly, check it out. It's basically just fun little games with friends. The show. And this show is so popular, it has spanned spin-offs all over the globe. I mean, the classic British version of the show, the first one, spans 16 seasons, or is currently spanning 16 seasons, plus with a few spin-offs. There's a new show in Australia, Canada, Croatia, Denmark. Denmark has 7 seasons. That's insane. Ooh, Germany only had a pilot only. Ooh, that's kind of embarrassing. Norway has 7 seasons. New Zealand has 4 seasons. Sweden has 7 seasons. That's amazing. I love that this show is so popular. And us here in the US, otherwise known as Us, has also gotten a Taskmaster spinoff for 1 season. Only 1? Why not? Because it didn't do well, unfortunately. Usually for the spinoffs, Greg Davies and Alex Horne are not involved on camera per se. They're doing their classic good old-fashioned Taskmaster. Here in the States, we did get Alex Horne to kind of transition us into what Taskmaster is, but the Taskmaster was a very great comedian named Reggie Watts. If you like Reggie Watts, I would recommend Comedy Bang Bang. That's a very funny show, and he's very funny in it. But why did the US Taskmaster fail? Well, there's a very good video that I'll recommend right here. But basically, the consensus is that the British Taskmaster and other Taskmasters in other countries, it feels like just friends hanging out, playing jokes on each other, doing silly, stupid things to be judged for silly, stupid reasons. It's a very fun, warm atmosphere. The US Taskmaster did not feel like that. I think this US Taskmaster was just a false start, though. I don't think this is any indication that a Taskmaster in the US can't work. I have some ideas on how I think Taskmaster should come back to the United States, otherwise known as Us. 3 ways you could do this. First off, where is it shown? Where do you watch Taskmaster? Where do I watch Taskmaster? YouTube. Yeah, if you want to check out the show, you can check it out on YouTube. It's all up. Not all of it, but there's a lot of great content, a lot of seasons for you to just sit down, watch for 40 minutes, a great episode, good old-fashioned time. It's so easily accessible that me and my friends were able to watch and enjoy together, and it's so much fun. US Taskmaster, I believe, let me check here, was on Comedy Central. Now, Comedy Central's fine, but I think an easier, more effective way is through Netflix, or a different streaming service, but Netflix. I think a proven product on a streaming platform that's easily accessible for all can really work. So, number 1, we got our audience. Now, what's number 2? Well, number 2 is, what is in the show that counts? The first thing is the house. I think the house should be this nice, quaint suburban home like it usually is. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy, just a great location to have some silly old fun. And who knows, maybe if the show gets really popular, you can kind of spin it to where it's different locations each season. That'd be cool. There's plenty of beautiful locations in the United States. You could do one in New York. You could do one in Louisiana. You could do one in Washington, D.C. Or the state. I was thinking of the state at first, but then I said it with the inflection as if I was going to say. Anyways, the second part of number 2 is the quality. American comedy is very different than British comedy. One really lends itself to Taskmaster, and the other kind of fights against it. But I think there is a way that you can ensure that that comedy will work. And that is point number 3 the contestants. That's right. Basically, the majority of this pitch is me giving ideas to who would be perfect on the show. I don't know who would be your Taskmaster, but I know who could be the contestants. Let me just spitfire some ideas. I think this would be my season 1 lineup, if they would all do it, of course. Rainn Wilson, Dwight from The Office. He's hilarious, and he's funny, and he's nice. It would be enjoyable to watch him, along with Bella Ramsey, famous for The Last of Us. Not strictly a comedian, but I think with the US Taskmaster we can kind of leave the definition open a little bit more. I have here anyone from Abbott Elementary. Specifically, I was thinking Quinta Bronson or Janella James. Hannibal Buress would be so funny on the show. I think all of these people have a different range of comedy. Some not even comedians, but that's kind of the fun. You see these comedians and celebrities interacting with each other on the show. Some take different routes of comedy than others, and some know each other before the show, and some don't, and just meeting each other for the same time. I'm not saying that the comedians and the people that were on the first version of the US Taskmaster weren't good. I just think that there could be a better mix that could lend to a successful show. Here's some more contestants that you could choose from. Jenny Slate, she's funny too. Rob Lowe, Ronnie Chang, Jamie Lee Curtis, anyone from the Friends cast, George Lopez, Jackie Chan, Conan, Will Arnett, Michael Cera, Jason Bateman, Adam Sandler. He would be perfect. Pete Holmes, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Ken Jeong, Rashida Jones, Bo Burnham, Sarah Silverman, Ron Fuchs, who was already on the show, but he's just such a sweet comedian and he's a funny guy. I think he should come back. He's great. Ryan Gosling, Kaylee Cuoco, or anyone from The Big Bang Theory, honestly. Nick Kroll, Mark Maron, Jim Gaffigan, Wanda Sykes, Gabriel Iglesias, Joe Coy, Kevin Hart, anyone from the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia class. Cast? What? This is, oh, sorry, I had to throw this one in there. Anybody from WWE, any of the funny, fun wrestlers, those guys are great. I mean, you could have a Big E, a Seth Rollins, a Becky Lynch, a Bianca Belair. That would be fantastic. Continuing with celebrities, you got Ice-T, Jennifer Lawrence, Shaq, Pete Davidson, Howie Mandel, Steve Martin, Martin Short, or Selena Gomez. Can you tell what I'm watching right now? Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy, Jack Black, anyone from Whose Line Is It Anyway, Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery, Wayne Brady, yes please. And those are just my ideas. Bad. I think these ways can ensure a successful version in the future, because I would love to see a successful US Taskmaster, otherwise known as Us Taskmaster. But hey, until that day comes, guess what you can watch on YouTube? Taskmaster. I would definitely check it out if you just like the fun, witty comedy of the UK involved in a silly puzzle game show of fun people doing fun things. Thanks for watching, and you know what? Before we finish, I'm gonna do a task from one of these books here. Let me take a look right here. Task number 43. Hit the subscribe button and comment your favorite kind of cake. That's fun. Also, throw this phone as hard as you can at the wall. That's stupid. Don't do that. But it says it though, so you gotta do it. Do 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 do. Oh shoot, you can see me.